after Negro Digest, of course, the next one was Ebony. And after Ebony, the next one was Jet. We also started, after Jet, Jet was small magazines. And there were a number of small magazines out competing with Jet. So I started a magazine called Hue, H-U-E, small size magazine, to stave off the other competition. And also we noticed, we always were checking the newsstands to see what was selling. We noticed that True Confessions was selling a lot of copies. So we brought out Tan Confessions. And Tan Confessions was a big seller.
It was?
Yeah, Tan Confessions was a big seller.
This was a tabloid?
Well, no, it was like all other confession magazines. You know, there were a lot of confession magazines. There was True Story.
Yes.
There was Tan Confession. I mean, there was True Confessions. There was just a number of them, really. And what it was is that what we did is, and we used, it's interesting, no black writers writing that kind of stuff. So we had white writers. But they would write the stuff as if they were writing for a white company, and then we would change the color of the people from blonde to bronze. We would change the streets from whatever white streets they had to Harlem or south side of Chicago. And it was a big seller. I mean, we sold until that time started out, because all those magazines, ours and the rest of them, would have very romantic situations, and then they get right up to the point and they say some dots, and they said the next morning. But there came a time when people wanted to know what happened that night.
Yes.
And so all the confession magazines went out of business. And
That's why.
And we stopped ours.
Oh.
But that's why. People want to know what happened that
Yes, of course.
I think they're telling them too much now. But anyway, so
Yes.
so we stopped those. Any other magazines, Lita?
Yeah, we also had Ebony Jr.
Oh, yes.
Ebony
Our
Jr.
children used to buy
Yeah,
Ebony Jr. Yes.
It did well, except we never knew who had children,
Yes.
and so you couldn't get a mailing list because you didn't know who had children.
I see.
So we lost $200,000 for about 4 or 5 years and decided we couldn't lose anymore, so we stopped it.
And Ebony Man.
Yeah, but that's right. We
Ebony
had
Man.
Ebony Man. We
Yes.
had Ebony Man. And
Yes.
then it reached a point where it wasn't selling. You know, I think the secret of business is when the time comes and it's not selling, you got to cut your losses and leave.
Yes, of course.
But many black people wait too long.
Way too long. Yes.
You can't wait too long. If you're not making money, you got to stop.
Yes.
And when white people are not making money, they stop. Sometimes I think they stop them too fast.